Trent, and this is Vision Preparedness.
Good evening, everybody. How is everybody doing on this wonderful Thursday evening? Good to see everybody. Ghost Lacan, good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Who else we got in here tonight? Fed Up American, my man, good evening. Good to see you. The Experience with Sassy. The Gamer Girl, hope you're doing well, dear. Hope you're doing well. Old Mutt, my man, good to see you, my friend. Hope you and the kids are doing well. Welcome, welcome, welcome. The Virginia Bushcrafter, good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. My Renaissance Grandma, good to see you as well. Hope you're doing well tonight. Scott Hammer, my man, hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Been seeing you in these streets all day, haven't we? On YouTube. FSP. My man. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. Sunny, Wisconsin. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Rapture Ready. Good to see you. Tracy K. Good to see you. And one of my favorite names on YouTube, Coffee First. Then Speak. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well tonight as well. What a week. It's been a week. Bears Crochet Critters. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Welcome in. Welcome in. Everybody in the chat is coming in, speaking to everybody. Once again, folks, if you type the word vision for all the content creators in the house, it will drop your link and folks can check out everybody, share some love, go check out a video, like it, comment on it, tell them I sent you over there to them, and if you like what the content that they're putting out, subscribe to their channel, help them grow, just like we help everybody grow. Everybody. I hope everybody's having a great day today. My day was productive, but busy at work. Anybody doing anything exciting this weekend? Anybody doing anything good, fun? Anybody just sitting back and relaxing and not doing a thing? That way you can just kind of recuperate and regenerate and do what you do. Ms. America, welcome, welcome. Yay, I am glad you are here, Miss America. Welcome. Have a seat, sit back. We're going to have a good time this evening. This topic is, it's going to be interesting, but I'm glad you're here. Welcome. Devil Dog Prepper, good to see you, my friend. How are you? Martika, good to see you. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Hope everybody's doing well tonight. And Bears Crochet Critters, husband and youngest are going to a concert, and I may spin some more straw into gold. That's a good thing. That is a good thing. Rapture Ready says they're celebrating their oldest daughter's 33rd birthday Saturday. Happy birthday to Rapture Ready's oldest daughter. Happy birthday to you. Enjoy your day. Sonia Riggs, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. Uncle Tron, my man. Hope you're doing well this evening. Welcome. Good to see you, Uncle Tron. I think I saw you over at Hudson Valley last night for a minute. And yeah, that was good on We All Gonna Die Thursday. But that was yesterday. Today, we're not going to die. Today is Thursday. 30. Okay, not a problem. Hey, I lose count of my oldest. I keep having her pegged at like 29, and she's in her early 30s as well. Glad to see you, Sonia. Glad to see you for sure. Yes. Tracy K says, hey, everyone, sorry I was driving. Been a hard day today. The base here lost. Yes. First of all, thank you for mentioning that, Tracy. And I want to say my prayers have gone out to the family members of our fine military soldiers that lost their lives in the 2 helicopter accident in Kentucky. That's tough. And my prayers go out to the family and everybody there as well. But thank you for letting us know that, Tracy. I appreciate that. Absolutely. Without a doubt. That's tough. That's tough. Yeah. Anybody else? Anybody doing anything fun? Anybody doing fun? I'm not. I know Saturday we're taking my mom out to lunch for her birthday. So that'll be good. And her and all the kids and grandkids and great grandkids. We're taking her out for lunch. And it's a surprise. So if any of y'all run into my mom out there in the streets, don't let her know we're having a surprise lunch for her tomorrow. I'd appreciate that. But anyway, folks, we're going to get ready to dive into this topic. Our topic tonight is the perfect storm is brewing, people. And it's probably not what you think. Thank you. I appreciate that. Sonia says she's telling. Exactly. Of course, there's always one that tells everything. Always one, Sonia. Always one. So, folks, tonight's topic is the perfect storm is brewing. And as we all know, and we've all heard in the news lately, last night and this morning, there are several countries trying to drop the US dollar. And we all know that. And I'm going to share this particular article because I like to share what I'm reading. What is this I'm reading? Oh, there it is right there. First of all, everybody in the chat, can you hear me? Can I get a 5x5 just to make sure that you can hear and see me? That way, I'm not talking to myself. 300 Survival, good to see you, my friend. Good to see you and welcome in. 5x5, thank you, Coffee. Thank you, Experience with Sassy. So, folks, here it is. The perfect storm is brewing, and here's why. So, Brazil and China have just come up with an agreement to ditch the US dollar for trade in favor of using their own currencies, the yuan and the Brazilian real. So, and here's their reasoning behind it. China and Brazil agreed to trade in their own currencies, and they are discarding the US dollar as a go-between, the Brazilian government announced yesterday. And thank you for the 5x5, everybody. The deal will be of considerable benefit so they say, to each nation, enabling them to make large-scale trade agreements directly using the Chinese yuan and the Brazilian real. The two nations completed 150.5 billion US dollars in bilateral trade last year. So just between them last year, they used 150.5 billion dollars. So now they're trying to cut out the US dollar and use the yuan and the Brazilian real to trade, to exchange, currency exchange. So with that, you guys, you have to realize what that is, what they're trying to do, okay? And we know that Russia and China have agreed to trade in rubles and the Chinese yuan as well. Correct, Rapture Ready, correct. Now, there's a couple other things I want to talk about as well. So we know that now Brazil and China are going to trade in the yuan, and Russia and China are buying goods and services from each other using rubles and the yuan also. With that, Ontario Prepper, good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. With that, they are literally trying to create a new economic global currency. And with that, how many of you know about bricks? And I don't mean bricks to throw or bricks your house are made out of, but BRICS, B-R-I-C-K. BRICS is several countries that have come together. It is based on, I think it's 9 or 5. I'm trying to find that other article too, because I just found that. But within that, folks, we all know that the petrodollar is what Saudi Arabia has been using to sell and buy oil around the world. And that started in the mid 70s, the petrodollar. Yep, right, Scott. BRICS. Exactly. Exactly. So Rapture Ready's asking a question: does the CBDC thing start in May and then go big in June, or is it just July, or go in July, or just July? We're not sure. We're going to keep our eye on it. But anyway, the BRICS is basically, I think it's nine countries. And I'm actually, well, it started with 4 countries. It started with Russia, South Africa, India, Brazil, and China. That's what BRICS stands for. Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. Okay, so BRICS. These countries have come together to buy and sell goods based on the yen or the yuan, the Chinese yuan. And it is not going to use the petrodollar. And it is definitely awesome, Ontario Prepper. I got to take time for that. Your son won the championship. Congratulations, congratulations, congratulations. Awesome. Jules, Good to see you. Good to see you. I'm glad you're here tonight, Jules. So, BRICS, folks, these countries are coming together, and there's about 9 other countries that are interested in joining BRICS. And it's going to be, it could be the detriment of the United States dollar. I'll say that. Other countries that have applied to BRICS is Algeria, Argentina, Iran, and this year Egypt also has applied to join BRICS. Now, here is the premise behind this. Apparently, backdoor channels, I'm doing well, Jules, thank you. Backdoor stuff, deals that are going on, okay? China's president went to Saudi Arabia. Now, I am going to share this article with you, and I'm going to also put the link in the chat, because this could be our nail in the coffin right here. So BRICS is expanding to Saudi Arabia, Indonesia, and beyond holds promise. Saudi Arabia is very interested in joining BRICS. And there are the king and the dictator of China all together. Old mutt, I don't think so. Don't count on it. And so if Saudi Arabia joins BRICS and they decide that the petrodollar will no longer be the US dollar, we're going to end up in the same boat that Venezuela's in. And Venezuela's inflation right now is 1,000% inflation. And it is not going to be good. Everything, if Saudi Arabia decides to no longer accept the US dollar as the petrodollar, our economy is going to crash and tank. So this is something to keep our eyes on, folks. And if you want to read this article, I'm going to put it in the chat because we need to be aware of this. So that's the one where BRICS is talking about possibly expanding to Saudi Arabia, Indonesia, and throughout the Middle East. If that happens, it's going to be the downfall of the US dollar. And I'm not here to preach gloom and doom, and I think everybody in the chat knows that. Psalms 143, home and garden. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. I hope you are doing very well this evening. But folks, we need to be aware of this because this will affect us directly. If inflation goes up, the value of the dollar goes down. And it's going to take triple, quadruple amount of dollars just to buy a loaf of bread. Right, exactly. You're right, Jules. China brokered the deal, the peace treaty between Saudi Arabia and Iran, and both of those countries are considering joining BRICS. Saudi Arabia and Iran have been fighting since the beginning of time, and China brokered this deal. Pay attention, folks, to what's going on in the world, and find other media outlets other than our media outlets to figure out what's going on. Yeah, exactly. 300 survival. Right. Welcome back to 1943. Powering purchase. Absolutely. You're absolutely right. Yep. Absolutely. Jules says, when the sea hit, I caught it. When he lost his job and was unemployed for 3 months, he forgot how well things were because I had prepared. Amen. That's a blessing in itself right there, Jules. Right there. But yeah, folks, Ghost says, yeah, if you use a credit card and a debit card, you already have your foot in the door for CBDC in one form. That is true, Ghost. But you know, I'm not worried about CBCD right now. I'm worrying about the power of the dollar, because that's what we have physically in our hands, in our pockets, and we need to be watching this. And you know, not only myself, but other channels have talked about keeping cash at home. And the only reason we say keep cash at home is to keep you from having to deal with the crazy folks when and if, or if and when there's a run on the banks. Plain and simple. Keep you out of that crowd, keep you from fighting, keep you from getting hurt. So keep cash at home, because you'll have a small window to be able to use it before it tanks. And I pray to God every night that we don't end up in a situation like that. But yes, Ontario Prepper, you are right. It's coming. And anything that happens in Canada will spill over to the US. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And vice versa. Yes. Jason in VA, good to see you, my friend. Welcome, 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 welcome. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well tonight. I hope everybody's doing well tonight. Again, if you have questions, let's see, up in the chat box over there, somewhere over there is a question box. Drop your question in there and I'll get to you. Right, Rapture Ready. Yes, the value is dropping. Yeah, you don't want to get robbed when there's a bank run. Right. You don't want to be at the bank. No problem, Uncle Tron. Fed Up American. Dude, I appreciate you, and thank you for the donations for the Bug Out Weekend, which is June 2nd through the 4th here in Dayton, Ohio. We're going to have a fantastic time where like-minded people are going to come together and meet and greet and bring their gear and teach some stuff. And good old Uncle Charlie, or Old Mutt, got me going down a rabbit hole because we were going to only offer one class, which was a Stop the Bleed, and I'm still hoping and praying we get our signed contract back from the DoD, so we can teach that class at the Bug Out Weekend. But we're also going to have some mini clinics, and I'm going to teach one, and I'm hoping that I can talk Old Mutt into teaching something, because I was always taught, listen to your elders, because they know just a little bit more. So I'll have to have a conversation with Old Mutt and hope that something will come about. But we will have some other classes. I'm actually going, hopefully, if Virginia Bushcrafter, if you're still in the chat, I need to send you an email because I have an idea that think you would be interested in. So, but with that, folks, the Bug Out Weekend, if you're coming, we're going to have a great time. Fuzzy Fork 8, good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Maccabeus, Everyday Survival. Good to see you, my friend. I hope you're doing well tonight. Oki Khan, welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to see you. I've seen you too earlier. Yes, stop the bleed is a good thing. Absolutely. And I'm just hoping we get our signed contract back in time so we can teach that class for everybody at the Bug Out Weekend. And then we will mail your certificates to you once we get everything taken care of. Devil Dog Prepper, you doing okay tonight, buddy? Hope you're doing well. Bats, how are you this evening? You doing okay too? But anyway, folks, back to the perfect storm. What I see, and I'll say this. Here's my disclaimer, and I should have said this earlier. I am not a financial guru, nor am I a financial advisor. You do with your money what you want to do, and I'll do with my money what I want to do. How's that? Okay, so it appears to me, did they go pick him up, Fuzzy Fork? I heard that it was going to happen, but I didn't hear anything, and that's okay. The day still goes on. But here's the thing, folks. From what I gather, apparently some other countries have gotten together and said, we need to dethrone this country from the global US dollar market. So you see things like BRIC coming along and all these other things. Paul J. Conroy Sr., good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well tonight, Paul. Prepared Irishman, good to see you as well. If I didn't speak to you when you came in. But yeah, folks, it keep an eye on what's going on. Now, here's what really got me. So we've got all of these other countries coming together to form another common currency, which just happens to be the yen. That's interesting. So we know who's brokering that deal behind the curtain. Okay, there we go. Now, this really, 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 really made me stop and think. And I'm going to share this article too, because this is just interesting. And I didn't hear this until I actually saw this. So the leader of Taiwan went to go visit China, and Mao Ying-sao went to go visit. So why would the ex-president of Taiwan go visit the current president of China? I don't understand that. I have a theory, and it's just my theory, and I think we could all come to the same conclusion. But the visit to China is not official, but it's historic. This week, President Mei Ying-yu became the first current or former leader to ever go to mainland China from Taiwan. And I sure would like to know why. I would like to know why. Yep, as Paul says, yep, as BRICS and a few others, there are more worried about trying to bring, yes, correct, absolutely, Paul. Yes, and we all know, and it's common knowledge, China wants to become the superpower of the world, the number one superpower of the world. Now, Prepared Irishman, I'm doing well, hope you're doing well. So here's the thing. Oh, he was talking to Virginia Bushcrafter. Okay, here's the thing. And here's a question to everybody in the chat, and I want to see the response and the answers. What has China been buying a lot of this year? What have they been buying up by the metric ton this year? And I'll wait, and I'm going to drink some coffee for effect. I see the correct answer. I see the correct answer. I see the correct answer twice now. The thing that I'm looking for, and Scott hit it on the head. Scott and Paul hit it, and the Prepared Irishman was the first one with it. Hit it all on the head. Folks, they're buying gold by the metric ton. And you know why? Because they're going to back, the yen is going to be backed by gold. And that is what's going to make that currency strong. And yes, they have been buying up tons and tons of rice and wheat and land. Absolutely. They've been doing that. And I'm going to go in and say it because this video is probably going to get demonetized anyway, and I don't care. Channel may get taken down. If so, you can find me on Rumble. But anyway, here's my thing. Here's what I'm saying. Right. China's been stockpiling food for the last 3 years, ever since Charlie 19, the arm ticket came out. They have been buying gold astronomically. And I want to share this with you. Here's because this doesn't make sense to me, because I've looked up the top 10 countries with the largest gold reserves, and this doesn't make sense to me, and I'm going to share it with everybody, and we'll go from there. So with that, the top 10, the number one country with the largest gold reserve in tons is the United States, with 8,133 tons. And then Germany comes in at 3,359. Then Italy, France, Russia is number 5. China is number 6. Switzerland is 7. Japan, India, and the Netherlands round out the top 10. And this is as of 2023. Right there, the United States. And I'm going to share this link with you guys too, because I want you guys to do some research as well. And I'm with you, Jules. Yeah, Jules says it. That's not accurate. But from what I understand, from what I'm reading, gold reserves by country for 2023, that's what they're saying. I don't get it. But anyway, I digress. China is going to back the yen, the yuan, with gold. That is going to make that currency strong. Yardbirds, good to see you. Hope you're doing well this evening. Yeah, exactly. Right. Exactly. Yardbirds, without a doubt. Because that didn't do anything but make them cut backdoor deals using their own currency, rubles, exchanging for the yuan. Yes. But this gold reserve map, when I saw that, I literally had to look at that again, and it didn't make sense to me. You're absolutely right, Ontario Prepper, but everything, because the U.S. no longer makes anything, that's where everything is coming from. And if they ever decide to say, you know what, we're not shipping anything to you, we're done. We're screwed. And it just doesn't make sense. Right. Oki Khan says, right, you can only buy so much and they will run out eventually. Right. That tells me they think we will have a yes. That is their goal. That is the goal. Oki Khan, that is their goal. Ghetto, good to see you, my brother. Hope you're doing well tonight. Fuzzy Fork, you're absolutely right. Get some land. And that's the other thing I don't understand. And I'm gonna say it, and I may get strike, I may not. I don't care. If that other country does not allow any foreign countries to buy property in their country, why do we? I say we do a mass land grab and repossess every piece of land in this country that is owned by another foreign country. Don't care what country it is. Take it all back and say, nope, sorry, we're foreclosed on this and we now are taking our land back. Plain and simple. Because I'm tired of it. You're right, Jules. They have not. And it would not surprise me if it is empty. But yeah, folks, this is, oh, look here, my amazing pastor in the house. Good evening, sir. How are you? Good to see you. And everybody has been asking when you would like to come back on the show. So I will talk to you about that. But yes, folks, I'm telling you, they are literally forming trying to form a new dominant global currency and cutting out the US altogether. Now, the kicker is, and keep an eye on this, folks, the kicker is if Saudi Arabia gets rid of the petrodollar, if they say we're no longer using the US dollar to trade to buy oil for anybody in the world, and they're going to use either their own currency or they're going to use the yuan, we're done. We are absolutely done. Our economy is going to tank and inflation is going to smash. I truly agree with you on that, Pastor. Right. There you go. Get ready, be prepared. Folks, I've said it till I'm blue in the face, but I'm going to continue to say it. Keep prepping, because your preps, and my pastor hit it dead on. Your preps are going to become a gold mine if and when the economy crashes and the dollar is tanked, because what you have and what you can barter with will become more precious than gold and silver. Food will become king. And that's just the way it is. And so continue prepping and stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Paul Conroy Sr., true, Pastor Jeff, but both gold and silver will hold its value to a degree, overall to a degree, but things like being able to sell liquor or to be able to make it will hold more value. True, food, that's why everybody in here, start a garden, grow your own food. Grow your own food. We have to. Because there's going to become a time when you cannot afford a loaf of bread, either because it costs $1,000 for a loaf of bread, or there just is no currency. Prep up, folks. Now is the time to stack to the ceiling. And you all know me. I am not a fearmonger. I'm just trying to set us in a place as preppers, as homesteaders, as gardeners, as smart people. Get ahead of the curve, because 95% of the world, or this 95% of the people in this country, have no clue of what's coming. J3GS, good to see you, my friend. He says, Vision, I agree with you 100%. Even the simple things that we used to do in the United States, we don't do anymore. Right. We sent our trash to another country. They make the trash into a product. You're absolutely right, J3GS. You're absolutely right. And folks, there's going to be a time, and I pray that, you know, the barter system, it's going to rise, because that's what the people are going to do. They're going to barter. It's been around since the beginning of time. It's still here, still in effect. The barter system is still here. That is going to become the way we get goods and services. And Pastor Jeff says the only value will be the skill you have or the product you produce. Money will fail. Hashtag Bible. Bingo. I'm telling you, folks, learn a skill. As Old Mutt just said. Old Mutt, I'm putting you on the hook, my friend. I saw some pictures you put on IG, and we need to have some mini clinics at the Bug Out Weekend. So I will reach out to you, and we'll talk about some ideas and some things we're going to do. But folks, learn a skill, produce something, produce your own food, raise your own livestock, chickens. I'm getting chickens this spring. I am waiting. I am desperately searching and looking for a chicken coop. So that's what I'm looking to do. Prepper Book Club, good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well tonight. And I know I'm way behind in the chat. And let me see. Asantine, good to see you. I hope you're doing well. We have one question. Psalm 146, Home and Garden asks, does Israel happen to be on the list for gold? The reason I ask is because some of the bricks are nations spoken of in Ezekiel 38 as those who will invade Israel for the purpose of plundering resources. Now, I'm going to do my best at this without having to spend a lot of time on this. Psalm 146, when the Bible talks about plundering resources, do you think that just means gold and silver? Resources could be anything from people to products, goods and services. I did not see Israel on the list, to answer your question. But just to make sure, I'm going to look that up for you, because I have that bookmarked. And I know Israel is somewhere in there. Let's get to the Middle East. And I do not see Israel on the list, but you know, that would be something to look for. But as far as the Bible goes, I don't think it's specific to just gold and silver. I think it's the complete resources of the country. Devil Dog says, I don't think the bartering system will work all that well. People are not like they used to be. Plus, the bartering system of old was not used as a life of death thing. That's true, Prepper Devil Dog. You're absolutely right. But people like us and some other common sense folks will know that the bartering system is there and does work. I think that there will be pillage and marauders and all that other stuff. Yes, can include their oil and gas. Yes, absolutely. Yep, you're absolutely right. Pastor Jeff says none of the BRIC nations are friends of Israel. If America is compromised, Israel loses her protector. That is very true. That is absolutely correct. none of them like Israel over there. So yeah, they just lost their protector and they will be pounced on. But folks, this is what we need to look at and prepare for it, because the Bible says, my people perish for lack of wisdom. We're seeing this unfold in front of us. And you know, just because, you know, I used to tell my son, he would say, well, I don't see that, Dad. And I said, I understand you don't see it, son, whatever the topic be, name it. And I would explain to him, just because you don't see it doesn't mean it's not happening. And then I would begin to explain whatever it is to him so he understands it and knows what to look out for and see. Pastor Jeff says the barter system will work because it will be the only sensible option for people with sense. Yeah, that's true. That is true. But, you know, folks, I've said this and I'll say this. Start getting the things that are going to sustain you. Okay. I'd rather see you spend $50 going to Walmart or wherever and buying $50 worth of assorted vegetable seeds than going $50 and buying a new pair of shoes, unless you really need them, or junk food or anything like that. Buy something that is going to sustain you. Go buy some pew-pews. Get a seed dispenser. Buy those types of things that will sustain you. And it's going to be interesting when this happens. And we could go on, but you know, I don't want to talk gloom and doom. What I want to talk about is being prepared, get ahead of the curve, stay ready so we do not have to get ready. Pastor Jeff says, welding, right, skills, folks. Welding, carpentry, mechanical skills, skilled trades, clothes making, hunting, fishing, trapping, gardening. This is how we survive. That is true. Right. Buy seeds for pews. Right. You know, my Renaissance grandma, and I'm going to use her as a prime example. She has her garden on her balcony. Folks, this is what I'm talking about. Being able to do what you can, where you're at, with what you have. Her garden, she has a garden on her balcony. And I'm not talking about in a corner. I'm talking about the whole balcony is her garden. And by the way, my Renaissance grandma, do me a favor and type vision and drop your link. Folks, you need to go and learn. Last year was my first year gardening, and I was impressed with myself, and I'm expanding that this year. I'm going to try to grow as many vegetables as I can. And here's another thing. Last night, I stopped by Kroger on the way home from Bible study, and Kroger has fruit trees for $23 a tree. I saw pears, peaches, and everything else. I'm going there tomorrow on my lunch hour, and I'm buying trees. I'm planting fruit trees. Yes. And Paul says, Pastor Jeff, I can do all that except for making fabric from wool. There you go. Midgo Preparedness, good to see you. Right. Manual gardening tools, chicken wire, nails, axes, all the hand tools you can find. This spring, folks, hit the yard sales. Hit the yard sales and get as many hand tools as you can. Because if the power goes out, you can't use power tools. And those are the things that we need to do. There's the link to my Renaissance grandma, her channel. She's a gardener, folks. I subscribe to so many people on YouTube that are gardeners. She's one of them. I learn from everybody. Those are the things we have to do. Fuzzy Fork 8, Pastor Jeff, I said before, we have subcontracted all of our support to others, right? Our food, our clothings come from the labor of others. We no longer can support ourselves. You're absolutely right, Fuzzy Fork. Absolutely right. Right, Oki Khan, right. Israel right now and in Iran are going back and forth. But folks, these are the skills we have to learn. 125, good to see you. I hope you're doing well. But folks, we need to go back to what our grandparents did. Learn the skills, because those are going to be invaluable in a time of crisis or an SHTF event. Annette Spain, good to see you. I hope you're doing well tonight. Good to see you. But yes, folks, these are the things that we need to start doing and getting prepared for, because it's going to happen. I don't know when, I don't know what, but I do know it will happen, and we need to be ready and get ahead of the curve. Let me see if we have any more questions. Nope, we do not. But the BRICS, and keep an eye on Saudi Arabia. Keep an eye on them and the relationship they're building with China, folks, because that will tell us exactly what's going to happen to the petrodollar. Right. That is exactly, if the petrodollar changes from US to the yuan, we're going to see 1,000% inflation rate, just like Venezuela. Their inflation rate right now is 1,000%, and they have total chaos over there. Total chaos. But with that, just pay attention to what's going on, folks. Prep, do everything. Get your garden started. Get your garden started. Jules, I have one of those books too, The Great Depression. Yep. Yes. And teach me if and how to get land. I have nowhere to go right now. I'm not a real estate agent, Jules. On that, I'm not sure. I don't know how I can help. If anybody in the chat happens to know real estate, I don't know what state you're in, Jules. I do know Lead Farmer 73. His wife is a real estate agent, and they're down in Georgia. I forget where they're at. They're south somewhere. But other than that, if anybody knows a realtor in Jules' area that could help Jules out, just give her a shout out. Perceptive strategies. Strategics. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Sorry about that. Texas. You want to move out of Texas? Okay. Do you have any idea, Jules, what state you're looking for? Camper 46 Camper. Good to see you. Good to see you. Right. I'm with you, 46 Camper. I try to watch every video, from gear reviews and silver and gold buys. I watch canning videos to bushcrafting, plus anything survival. I'm with you. Absolutely. Uncle Tron says, I can remember when I was a kid, there were a lot of European people, and they all had huge gardens in their backyards, and they used to process their own meat in the garage. Yes, Uncle Tron, my grandparents bought the lot behind their house, tore down the old house that was on it, and made that whole plot the family garden. It is that's what we need to do, folks. We have to start making ourselves more producers than consumers and become sustainable, because there is going to become a time when we need to do what we need to do. And Perspective Strategic says, my new prep for the week is immersing myself and group into Meshtastic. Look it up if you haven't heard of it. Meshtastic. I will do that. I will look it up. Victory Gardens. Right, exactly. Exactly, mid-GA preparedness. Right, Victory Gardens. Right. Annette Spain. Jules, I'm in an apartment, but we're looking for a home as well. She's in Tennessee. My hubby is from Texas. I refuse to move there. Yeah. So Jules is looking at Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, or Tennessee for several years. Well, connect with Annette, and maybe you guys can put your head together and come up with something. Yeah. But folks, we got to be prepared. Keep an eye on the currency that's going on outside of this country. That's going to tell us what is going to happen to the dollar. And again, I can't say it enough. Keep an eye on the relationship between China and Saudi Arabia, because if they yank the petrodollar, then or change the petrodollar, our economy is going to tank. What time is it? It is going on 9 o'clock. I hope this helped. I'm hoping. And again, folks, those of you coming to the Bug Out Weekend, that's what we do. Bring your gear that you want to practice with. And we're going to put together some mini clinics and do what we want and teach what we can. And so that everybody can learn to be more productive, to be more producers than consumers. And Hunter, you're right. We talked about that. And that's why we keep cash at home, so we don't have to go to the bank to get robbed while we're at the bank trying to get our money that they won't give us. Yes. Any other questions, folks? It's going on 9 o'clock. It is 9 o'clock. And, I like to keep everybody at least 1 hour. And again, I want to thank everybody in the chat for spending an hour with me tonight. And I need to give a shout out to my guy Anthony with his company God Strong, who makes these amazing hoodies and has his own clothing line. This one is Ephesians 6:13. My strength, my shield, my salvation. And there's more on the back. And yeah, the hour was quick, Coffee. And the Prepared Irishman, right? Buy physical possessions, money will be worthless. Buy stuff, folks, that will sustain you for years. If you can, and we're all on a budget, buy the solar generators, buy the hand tools, buy the seeds, buy the chicken coops, buy all the tools everybody needs, you need. And Annette, if you send me an email, Annette, and I will put you in touch with Anthony. He has women's as well. And yeah, this is an awesome t-shirt. Dan H., good to see you, my friends. Good to see you. But, folks, Orion, Preparedness, good to see you. He bought 15 chickens this week. He's up to 24. Now, redundancy. See, that's what I'm talking about, folks. Buy the things. Thank you, the experience with Sassy. We want one. Well, I will get Anthony's information and I will put it up on my community post. I'll make a post and put it on my community tab. But that's exactly what this is, and I love it. I love it. His company is called God Strong, and it's amazing. The Polarian message: things might pick up real quick here. A big event happened. Care to elaborate on the event? Where are you at? Polaron message. Hope you're doing well tonight, Dan H. Good to see you, my friend. I know you're probably working or got off working. And that's Spain. Vision, that's another thing we need to support each other's businesses. Absolutely. Oh, speaking of, because I don't want my brother African Dreaming talking about I don't promote myself. We have the VP Swag Shop open. And I just dropped a link to it in the chat. So now you too can get some VP gear, which I just ordered some myself for me. There's the link in the chat. We make a small percentage off of it. Northwest corner of America. Okay. Northwest, Washington State, California area. Okay. Fuzzy Fork. There might be an event with them messing. Yeah, there could be. That's true. I appreciate that, Annette. I appreciate that. I truly appreciate that. Yes, Ghost, you and me both, my friend. I saw your registration. I did not know you were in Northern Ohio, right up the street from me, my friend. I can't wait to meet you. We're going to have a good time. For those of you that are coming to the Bug Out Weekend, I did put on the community tab a survey. We're going to do a hike, a bug out bag, hike, walk. If you bring your bug out bag packed with your gear that you need and you want to do the hike, just go hit the community tab and there'll be more details coming out on that with everything that's going on. Absolutely. Yeah. It's there, Annette. I appreciate you. You can go there now and it's up and it's live and you can shop. Plain and simple. Yeah. Correct. Stay prepped and stay informed. Down here, helping out in Rolling Fork, Mississippi. Awesome, Devil Dog Prepper. I think I heard you tell Angry Prepper you were on your way down there. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I wish I could have gone. And helped out myself, but I just couldn't get away from work. Okay. Polaron message. I will definitely keep an eye on that as well. But folks, with that, I'm going to say this. Keep prepping because your family's depending on you and it depends on your life. God bless you. Thank you, everybody, for joining me tonight. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. We will see you. What's today? Thursday? I'll see you Saturday morning, coffee talk. We'll talk some more. Everybody be safe. Have a blessed evening. Have a blessed day tomorrow at work. Have an amazing weekend if I don't see you. And we will see you in the next video. Vision Preparedness. God bless and good night.
I'm Trent, and this is Vision Preparedness.